Hi Year 2, welcome to your English lesson for Wednesday, the 13th of January. Today we are going to do a little bit more joined up handwriting. We're going to be looking at the letter A today. Then we're going to look at something called contractions today, which might be completely brand new for some of you, so you might have to listen really carefully. You might have to pause it quite a few times because there's something brand new, but it's really, really important. We need to know it for the rest of Year 2. So we'll need our pencil, like always, and we'll need our yellow English book, as always. And as soon as you've got those things, we're ready to get started. Okie dokes. So, our handwriting today. We're looking at the letter A. Now, we did the letter C yesterday, didn't we? And our letter A really is pretty much exactly the same. Our joining line is going to go up to the start, and then we're going to come back on ourselves like we did yesterday. The only difference is that we'll end up near the top, okay, rather than near the bottom, and then we'll be going back down to do a little flick, okay. Can you see this little triangle here? That little triangle is really important to make sure that you've done a letter A properly, okay? Because if you do a loop-de-loop, which I'll show you in a minute, we won't have one. So let's have a look at a good one. We're going to go up to the start of our A. I'm going to come back, just like we did with our curlica yesterday. The only difference is we're going to go straight up and straight back down. And can you see that little triangle there? Yeah, so that little triangle lets you know that you've done a really good A, okay? So we're going to go up to the start of our A, back on yourself. It'll end up looking a little bit like a curlica. Straight up, straight back down. And let's have a go at one more. Do it a little bit quicker. Up to the start, back on yourself. Straight up, down, and a little flick, okay? Don't you dare do this. You ready? And a loop-de-loop. That's a roller coaster. We are not doing a roller coaster, and I cannot see, I can't see the little triangle at the top. No loop-de-loops, okay? We don't want that, and I will be able to tell. I promise I'll be able to tell. We're going up to start, back on ourselves, straight up, straight back down. Okay, I'll have a go at doing one line of the letter A, and when you have done your one line of letter A, you can carry on playing the video. Pause now, and off you go. Okay, let's put our A into a word. Now we're going to write the word lad, okay? We've done our L, that should be easy. We've just practiced our A, that should be easy. Now we've not practiced our D, it's actually our letter for tomorrow, but when we do our D, it's exactly the same as an A, it just goes all the way to the top instead of just halfway. So if you can do an A, then you can do a D, all right? Let's have a go at lad. So we're going straight up, straight back down for our L. I'm going to keep our pencil on, go up to the start of our A, come back, round, straight up and down, and then we're going to go straight into our D, and it's exactly the same as our A. Come back, round, and this time we're going to go all the way up and all the way back down. Okay, so if you need to, we can watch that again. If you don't, you can go straight away. We're going to go straight up, straight back down, up to the start of our A, back and round, straight up, straight back down, go up to the start of your D, come back and round, and this time we'll go all the way up and all the way back down. Okay? Have a go at doing one line of lad in your English book. When you've done that, if you've got any really good ones, give them a tick. Ding. If you've got something you think, oh, that's not very good, that's fine. It's just a little bit of practice. You can give them a little cross if there's any that you don't like. Okay? All right. As soon as you're ready, we're going to go straight into our English. And the first thing we always do is write our date and our title. So today, it's Wednesday. It's the 13th of January. And our title today is, Can I Use Contractions? Okay, so I'd like you to pause the video, write your date, miss a line, write your title. And when you've done that, you can carry on the video, please. Do that now. Okay, so contractions. Contract means get shorter. You know when you do this with your muscles, and you show your muscles off, and your muscles go shorter. And it looks like they get bigger, but they don't really, they just go shorter. It means that they contract, okay? So contract means like get smaller or squeeze. So a contraction is when we get two words and we squeeze them together to make one word, okay? And we use an apostrophe. I've got an apostrophe here now, actually, it shouldn't be down there. It should be a little bit higher than that. Just gonna move that apostrophe because they normally fly in the air. We use an apostrophe, to show where we've missed a letter out or some letters out, okay? So let's have a look at the words that we've got, all right? So you can see here, you might have already had a little sneak peek, that I've got do and not, okay? Like, do not go outside, yeah? But sometimes we shorten that. When we're speaking and when we're writing, sometimes we shorten it and we do, instead of saying do not go outside, we say don't go outside, don't we? I've just done it, don't. But when we write don't, we don't say the O, do we? We get rid of it. We call that omitting it, but really it just means we don't say the O and we don't write the O. So we have do and not, and that becomes don't. And our apostrophe, can you see it goes in between the N and the T? Because in not, that's where the O is, and that's the letter we've missed. So we put an apostrophe in the place of the letters that we aren't writing. I hope that makes sense. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, so we've got I am. I am hungry, or I'm hungry. Yeah, and when we say I'm, we don't say the A, do we? We don't say the A in am. So we get rid of the A so that we only have the I and the M, but our apostrophe goes in the middle to show where we missed a letter out, okay? Because if I'm just gonna make that a little bigger. If I was writing I am, but we can change it to I'm, but whatever letter we get rid of, we've got to replace it with an apostrophe, okay? Hope I'm making sense because this is quite tricky. Let's have a look at one more. She is annoying me. She is very pretty. She is doing the wrong thing. Instead of saying she is, quite often we say she's annoying me. Yeah, she is. And just like the others, we've got a letter that we're omitting. We're getting a letter that we get rid of, okay? So in she is, to make she's, we get rid of the I, don't we? So we'll cross that off and we'll replace it with an apostrophe, but we'll squeeze the words from two words into one word to make she's, okay? Do not becomes don't. I am becomes I'm. She is becomes she's. All right? In the Diary of a Killer Cat, there's loads of contractions. Okay, so this is the next part of the Diary of a Killer Cat. And I want you to listen very, very carefully. I'm going to make it a bit bigger, actually. I want you to listen very carefully and look very carefully if you can see it okay, if your screen's big enough. See if you can see any contractions or hear any contractions while I'm reading. Wednesday. So spank me. I brought a dead mouse into their precious house. I didn't even kill it. When I came across it, it was already a goner. Nobody is safe around here. This avenue is ankle deep in rat poison. Fast cars charge up and down at all hours. And I'm not the only cat around here. I don't even know what happened to the thing. All I know is I found it. It was already dead. Fresh dead, but dead. And at the time I thought, it's a good idea to bring it home. Don't ask me why. I must have been crazy. How did I know that Ellie was going to grab me and give me one of her little talks? Oh, Tuffy, that's the second time this week. I can't bear it. I know you're a cat and it's natural and everything, but please, for my sake, stop. She gazed into my eyes. Will you stop? Please? I just gave her the blink. Well, I tried, but she wasn't having any. I mean it, Tuffy, she told me. I love you and I understand how you feel, but you've got to stop doing this. Okay? She had me by the paws. What could I say? So I tried to look all sorry. And then she burst into tears all over again, and we had another funeral. This place is turning into Fun City. It really is. So that's what happened on Wednesday. Another kill for their cat. Although this time he insists that it's already dead. Did you see any contractions? Let's have a look for some. You can normally tell a contraction because it's got the apostrophe in it. So spank me. I brought a dead mouse into their precious house. I didn't even kill it. When I came across it, it was already a goner. Nobody's safe around here. This avenue is ankle deep in rat poison. Fast cars charge up and down at all hours. And I'm not the only cat around here. I don't even know what happened to the thing. All I know is I found it. It was already dead. Fresh dead, but dead. And at the time, I thought it was a good idea to bring it home. Don't ask me why. I must have been crazy. How did I know that Ellie was going to grab me and give me one of her little talks? Oh, Tuffy, that's the second time this week. I can't bear it. I know you're a cat and it's natural and everything, but please, for my sake, stop. She gazed into my eyes. Will you stop, please? I gave her the blink. Well, I tried, but she wasn't having any. I mean it, Tuffy, she told me. I love you and I understand how you feel, but you've got to stop. You've got to stop doing this, okay? She had me by the paws. What could I say? So I tried to look all sorry, and then she burst into tears all over again. And we had another funeral. This place is turning into Fun City. It really is. We had quite a lot of contractions there, didn't we? I didn't even kill it. Didn't comes from did not. I did not even kill it. The next one says, nobody's safe around here. We don't have that one very often, but nobody's comes from nobody is. Nobody is safe around here. Nobody's safe around here. So we get rid of the I and is, yeah? I'm not the only cat around here. I am. I'm not the only cat around here. I don't even know what happened to the thing. I do not even know what happened to the thing. I don't know what happened to the thing. And then we've got another don't down there. On the second page, we've got quite a few when Ellie speaks, haven't we? That's the second time this week. That is the second time this week. That's the second time this week. I can't bear it. I cannot bear it. I can't bear it. I know you're a cat. I know you are a cat. I know you're a cat. And it's natural. It is natural. And then further down, well, I tried, but she wasn't having any. Was not having any. There's loads, isn't there? And then you might not be able to see this because my screen's got a little thing on it, but it says, you've got to stop doing this, okay? You have got to stop doing this. You have, you've. So we've got absolutely loads of contractions in this book that we've been reading. Let's have a little bit of a practice of doing some contractions, okay? So did and not come together to make which word? Didn't. That's right. And when we write didn't, just going to get my right writing. When we write didn't, D-I-D-N, but we get rid of the O, don't we? So our apostrophe is going to go there and a T to make didn't, okay? Now, when we do an apostrophe, my computer's not done it very well, actually, really. When we do an apostrophe, really, it should be a bit like a full stop, except it's going to go in the air. And it's got a bit of a tail, and it points towards the letter before it, like that. So it's going to be a bit like a full stop, not a huge football, and then it's just going to point towards the one before. It looks like a little letter G almost, doesn't it? Okay. So did not becomes didn't. Has not. Has not will become hasn't. Yeah. And when we write hasn't, will we use the H? Yeah. Will we use the A? Yeah. Has. Will we use the S? Yeah, we will. Will we use the N? Hasn't. Yeah, we use the N. Do we hear the O? Has not, hasn't. No, we don't. So we're going to get rid of the O. So that's where our apostrophe will go. And then we'll use our T. Hasn't. I know my writing's not very neat there, but it's quite hard to do on a computer. Okay. It will. It's quite a hard one. We don't use this one very often, actually. It will. It will be sunny tomorrow. It'll be sunny tomorrow. It'll. Ooh. I think we'll use the I and T, won't we? It. It'll. We don't hear the W, and we don't hear the I either, so we actually get rid of two letters there. So when we write it'll, we're going to have it apostrophe LL. It'll be sunny tomorrow. Okay? Let's have a look at some more. She has forgotten her PE kit. She's forgotten her PE kit. She's, like that. So that time we're getting rid of the H and the A, aren't we? I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. So there's another one where we're getting rid of two letters. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. And last one's for a bit of practice. You are my best friend. You're my best friend. And this is a tricky one because you're is a homophone. I know Mrs. News was talking to you about homophones. There's different types of you're, but this one is you are, all right? And when we do you are, let me just move all this over because that thing's in the way, isn't it? Let's just move all that. Hold on. Move all that. There we go. When we do you are, we're going to get rid of the A and we're going to put our apostrophe in its place, but we still need the E on the end, all right? So we're going to go your like this. Okay, so the only letter we're getting rid of is the A. All right. What I want you to do today is, I hope this works okay, because I know it's not easy when you're on an iPad or a laptop or whatever. You're going to have something that looks like this. All right, some of the words we've already talked about, some of them we haven't. Got do not, think about what they make and put the apostrophes in. Did not will become it will. We did that one. She will. He will. Ooh, will not. That's a tricky one. Cannot. So we talked about that one. Has not. So we talked about that one as well. Okay. So I want you to try, you can type, or if you want to, if you prefer, you can just write these in your book. If you want to write it in your book, it might be a bit easier. All you'll need to do is do, so the first one, I'll do the first one for you. We'll go do not, and we can do it a bit like maths, equals, and that'll be don't. All right. And then you'll write did not, and then equals, and then whatever that one is. So if you want to do it in your English book, you want to write them out, that's fine. If you want to do them on your tablet or your computer, or if you're working on a phone, then you can draw on the worksheet. I don't mind which, but have a go. All right. So, needs writing. Every single one should be done, because there's only 8. Dead easy. If you finish, I want you to have a go at writing a paragraph. It could be about Tuffy, the killer cat. It could be just a few sentences. Try and write a few sentences, either about the diary of the killer cat or just some sentences of your own, and use 4 or 5 different contractions. So have a go at writing a sentence which includes don't, and didn't, and hasn't, and she'll, and your. Doesn't matter which contractions you use, just have a go at using a few and getting used to them. Okay? And we'll see you tomorrow for more of the Diary of the Killer Cat. Okay? Have fun and work hard, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your work later on. Okay? See you later, year 2.